And welcome back, everybody, here to the Season 6 CEVO lane here at the MLG Arena and Columbus. We're about to go live with Map 2 here between Luminosity and Nihilum. But first off, we want to tell you about a little something we're doing for you out there, the viewers, which is giving away some things. We gave away an M4 earlier today. We're about to give away a gut knife. So just make sure you hit the hashtag CEVO gut knife there in the chat. And we will be able to start giving away that knife for you guys. We're going to be doing this daily throughout the week, so definitely be tuned to that. Also giving out $21,000 worth of Bitcoins from Zappo over at CEVO.com/Zappo, so definitely check out that stuff as we just give away some free swag. But we're about to go live here with Map 2, Dust 2, between Luminosity and Nihilum. Of course, Nihilum winning that Map 1 on cash in a very dominant fashion.
Yeah,
so,
indeed.
you know, Luminosity needs this to move to that Map 3, which would be Mirage. So what are your thoughts? What do you think? Prediction here?
Well, Dust 2, the story of the day is that it has been almost impossible to come away with CT rounds. So we'll have to see what happens here. It's also a map where opping is going to be very. We'll see what the ops come out for both teams, but actually already started. We'll go up to the casters now, guys. Take it away.
All right, so now we're already getting into map number 2, round number 1, Luminosity Gaming versus Nihilum. And as you guys can see, Luminosity will be your CT-sided team. Nihilum is going to be Terrorist here. Nothing really happening yet. It looks like Nihilum is just gearing up for some sort of long take attempt here. They got a fake possibly going towards B. And look at the pull. That B fake is making dividends right now. Look at that. Automatic even gets a frag. Oh, that's going to pull so very hard. And here comes the execute, but they're already going to be rotating back. Frost will stay and fight a little bit. They want to try and drop one man down and get that trade out in their favor.
And they lose another one. Oh my God. What a fake he's selling right now.
Oh, goodness. Finally, he goes down.
Frost got a knife kill
got the knife on him.
Oh my. This is a crazy round so far.
Oh, Anger will get himself a frag also. But man, that bite at that fake towards B was huge, especially with Automatic able to get 2. Frost is in trouble though. He goes down, so here comes the last player left alive. That's going to be Anger trying to fight from the pit right now. He's going to try and work his way around. He takes down Flowstick, got Professor Chaos in his face, and he can't get him. That's a 2K for Anger, even though they didn't win the round. Automatic and Sanks on the other side both get 2, and Nihilum takes another pistol.
Yeah, they got another pistol. That's actually 3 pistols in a row, I feel like. And I think it was off the back of, obviously, Automatic, being able to get that kill on back plat, like through the corner of the smoke. And then when we thought he was done, we were like looking at the other site. He gets another frag. Then he gets knifed, but still does so much for his team in that round. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, that was gigantic. So working into round number 2 here. Advantage will go to Nihilum. They got those SMGs in their hands. They got to work their way in. Lex is right there with the pistol. Gets Professor Chaos with a beautiful headshot, but he's quickly traded out by Sanks. And the scout's going to come out. Frost with the pistol, though. Actually, Arya actually collects that frag as Flom gets caught from the lurking player in the B tunnels. Now it's going to be a 2-man retake attempt here. And Frost with the scout tries to get away, but Flowstick is all over him, and he'll step out, get himself the final 2 frags of the round, and give Nihilum that 2-round advantage.
Definitely a solid round from Nihilum. Like, there was no point in that round where it was just like, oh, they might get ecoed here. So it's always good to see that. I mean, if you want to have a strong start, you want to keep going, that they're able to do that. Now, Luminosity, obviously known for their stacks on their CT side, I think typically have the good call. Like if Arya is picking which site they should go to, he has a good idea of where they should go. The issue is that they don't actually play that site that well. They start peeking from the boxes, taking long-range fights, and on cash they weren't keeping it dynamic. They weren't playing different spots. So that might be a fault of the individual decisions of the team, or maybe not going over eco setups or something like that. But either way, it's not really going to work out if you have the right idea, but aren't sitting in the right spots.
Oh man, Flom, Lex, and Frost down out of the way. Also Arya out of there, so now it's all up to Anger. He's got that 5.7 in his hand. He's going to be 1 versus 4 right now, going against 2 rifles, 3 SMGs, and that's going to be an extremely losing battle here. But at this point, he's getting collapsed on. They're not even going for the... There it is. Bomb plant's going down. He gets himself a frag, but I feel like that gun just fell down in the CT spawn, so he has no chance of even collecting that. And does he grab it? Oh, he did get it right there at the end, but Automatic takes him down.
They come away with an AK? Okay. And that's 3 rounds on the board. They're saved up for their op. They have it. This is the round they want to win. They cannot let this half get away from them like they did on Cash, on the CT side. Because Luminosity, the one issue, the one Achilles heel they have is that, again, they like to have 2 ops in the round, or they need at least 1. And that can be a huge problem when you lose rounds in a row, especially if you don't have pistols. Now, they're going to rush B versus the 2 ops. I think they expected it. So Lex gets traded out 1 for 1. That definitely favors the players going into B. A good nade means that they're able to do some damage, but not smoking the door early enough means that a player gets killed and Flom capitalizes. Now, will they be able to defend against this retake? We've got 1 out mid, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on Sanks to get a flank kill here.
Yeah, he really needs to try and grab this. It's going to be a 4-man retake attempt here. Let's see if Arya can get in first. He hears some fire down below him. He's got to commit to it. Flashbang's out. Automatic's not blind, though, so he will collect the frag there. Frost is trying to work it. Balance is there again. And here comes Automatic on the collapse. Anger's able to get 1, but he can't get the final, and he goes down. Sanks and Valens exit the round alive. 3K for Valens. That will make the score 4-0. And remember, guys, we have that gut knife giveaway going, and that's going to be pound CEVO gut knife. Put that in chat for your chance to win that gut knife.
Disgusting behold from Valens there with the MAC 10 and the Tech 9. Almost disrespectful to the fact that Luminosity had a couple of ops on it. But at the same time, rushing B was the right idea. You know, you typically don't want to do that. But if you know you're going up against a team that's just going to straight up save, wait till they get 2 ops, then you take advantage of that by hitting a site that's so hard to retake with ops. It was perfect.
Yeah, it worked out well in their favor. Now they have that full round advantage. And see if they can keep it rolling here. Already nade kill coming, taking down Automatic. That was, I believe, dual nades from, I think it was Lex and Flom who teamed up on that one to make those happen. But they have that 1-man advantage here, but they only have pistols. Frost is able to pick up that dropped AK on Automatic, and that bomb's going to be working its way out mid through the smoke. Flom's playing the top of the angle. If he would have stood up just a little bit longer, would have been able to see over the smoke and take down Valens. It doesn't matter, though. Professor Chaos and Sanks are watching, and they're just going to be on that shutdown 1 on the catwalk. Flowsick is right there. Anger's going to move towards him right now, see if he can get the gun out of his hands. Tries to peek around the corner, gets the headshot, and that's going to be an AK picked up. So now there's 2 AKs, and Frost is already committed to the save here. Same with Anger. Bomb planted in the B bomb site. It would be a 2 versus 3, and the hunt is on from Nihilum. They're going to try and commit and try and drop these rifles out of the hands of Luminosity.
Yeah, the hunt is real right now, and I don't know if they'll be able to find them. I don't know if they have a good idea of where they might be, but we have a player, I think it's our 9-man Valens, clearing out long and is going to come into contact with Frost here in pit. He's going to hold his angle and try to hit this shot. It's actually Professor Chaos, but will he be aware? And it looks like he's just going to fall back slowly into pit, play it safe, and hang on to the gun, because that's way more important when you're down 0-5 to get a kill, or to save a gun as opposed to get a kill. So he's going to do that. And that means that they're going to save a little bit of money. They're going to have more nades, and we will drop their teammates. They're going right back to this double op setup. I want to see that this is the last round they try this if they lose, because it's just not working. And the mobility that Nihilum have, as well as just the opping on T side from Professor Chaos, they seem to have no problem dealing with these setups.
Yeah, I mean, so far in the 1 map that we've already completed and the beginning part of this map, it hasn't worked. I mean, this is going to be our 2nd attempt at going into this map. We'd really like to see this get going here. They just really need to try and get those openers. And I mean, they're not really contesting mid right now either. I mean, who is that down there? I believe that's Anger that's actually down. He's going to be trying to watch for anybody trying to get that cross off. Going to be the man playing the smoke if they try and do that mid to B. And it looks like they're going to commit towards catwalk right now. Already have a player outside long, just waiting, but they haven't fully committed. They still have the ability to rotate out, possibly throw that mid smoke, and they're throwing some flashes out. Counter smoke incoming. So they haven't fully committed to it yet, and it's going to be A, though. They're going for it now.
This is going to be a hard round to win. I think Automatic already took some damage as Flom legged him on Cat and barely took any damage for it, so they know that there's an op there waiting. Now, Arya and Pit, it's all going to come down to him. If he's unable to hold this, then they're going to be really exploitable, as the sight boxes aren't going to provide much cover, especially if they want to send one up Cat late. So all eyes on Arya right now.
Oh, yeah.
And he does find a frag.
Oh, he's able to get 1 before he's traded out.
Oh, but his teammate at long, he could not cover and gets killed. And now they can just cross CT as long as they don't take damage crossing. They're going to be able to do so much here. Get the bomb down, and it's going to be the easiest defense against a retake. Lex going to try to lurk through the smoke, but
no.
Too wise for that is Professor Chaos, keeping an eye on it.
Ooh, but Anger Gets that one, gets
Whoa.
a second one, actually. That's going to make it a 2-on-2 as Frost goes down to automatic. So Anger knows there's one player at long. He knows there's one player up on Cat. He has the information he needs. He just got to be able to hit these shots, and that op at long is going to be the toughest battle for him to win. Professor Chaos shoulder peeks out, makes Anger think about him. Hasn't really committed to it yet. Fire's going to go down. Anger jumps up above it, takes down automatic, but he's so low, only 14 HP. He's not really going to be able to get this round done. Timer taken down. He did have a kid. He probably could have done it if Professor Chaos wouldn't have peeked back out.
Well, the Molly being right there on the bomb with him having 10 HP made that impossible, and he didn't have a smoke to drop on it or anything, so he was all out of options. And now I don't know if they'll try to buy here. Again, they're off to a really quick round deficit. I think Nihilum had a similar lead on map 1, and even though it's a different map, it's actually the same couple of maps that we saw in CLG versus Elevate. So I don't know if there's any distinction there. Maybe it's where the players are playing from. CLG on that side, Elevate on that side. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I don't think it does. Just completely, completely joking.
So into round 7 here. Nihilum is perfect so far. 6-0 against Luminosity, who is just your barely, arguably favorite here. But already the ops are working out here. Flom is able to get 2. I believe the other frag did go in favor of Anger. So finally, this is looking like a round that they're gaining some traction. It's not too little too late at this point. If they win out from here, it would be 9 rounds in their favor if they get every single round, making the half a 9-6 Luminosity up. But that's going to be a tough battle. Flom's able to get another one, and Lex will close it down. So Flom's op gets himself a 3K that round, only losing Arya to Sanks.
Yeah, so the difference there was they just tried to run up Cat, and once they knew that Flom wasn't opping that close corner and they cleared it, they said, okay, we'll just take Cat then. But the difference was on the previous round, instead of going Cat because they saw the op there, they decided to work it a little bit slower, go long first, and they had a lot more success. They actually took down Flom for free, standing in the exact same spot that he was that round. And I don't know if they could have got that lucky, but I definitely think they should have probably worked on some sort of split. Instead of making it that easy. Now Automatic's gonna get flashed through the smoke and might find a couple of frags.
Oh, man.
The smoke is late, but a kill comes out.
Oh,
two
my
frags
goodness.
from Automatic. Beautiful headshots. And Anger locking down long gets 2 frags.
Wow, that was intense right there. Valens, oh man, able to take down Anger. Otherwise, that could have been gigantic for Luminosity if Anger would have stayed up. But Flowsick is right there on top. I believe that he heard Lex, though. He should know that he's there. Has at least an idea that he's near those doors. Doesn't matter. Flowsick on that lurkout will take down Flowsick. I mean, Flowsick will take down Lex, and that's going to make it 7-1.
Yeah, and we're going to peep in for a Turtle Beach team chat to see what these guys are thinking out loud.
I would say my smoke mid. I'm just gonna straight up mid smoke, okay?
Double nade mid.
You get a shot off.
I'll get one.
Yep. Andrew, pick mid.
Okay.
They're eco guys. Just group up. Keep your
What
gun
am I
out.
nading?
Keep
Double
your gun
door?
out. Yep.
Yeah, double
It'll
door.
be smoked off. Just nade. I know. Keep your gun out right here.
Too long.
One behind X. One behind X.
I'm good.
He's dead.
I'm up. Go with him.
Just go up cat. A map, guys. A map.
One ramp.
Dark, one's long. He's gonna get my AK. He's gonna get the AK. He's flanking long. Flanking mid.
Fuck.
One spawn ramp.
One ramp. Get the mid.
Did we get the mid ramp? Did we get the A ramp guy or no?
No.
He's still there, but to the right of that molly somewhere. Cat flank.
One more.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Nice. I got Cat.
Cat, nice.
Oh, shit.
Where the fuck was he?
Cat.
Wow.
I need a drop, please.
I'll drop both. Actually, Sam drop one. I'll drop the other.
I want to relax.
All right, you guys just heard that Turtle Beach team chat. That was coming from Nihilum, who was able to grab that round there, prevent Luminosity from getting any more traction. So Nihilum now officially winning the half. At this point, the best that Luminosity can do is 7 rounds in their favor, making it 8-7. But Nihilum has taken the half, and all they can do is go up from here.
Yeah, notice how they referenced aim map. They said aim map, and that's exactly, I think, how we viewed this matchup. And the fact that Luminosity picked us too is almost shooting themselves in the foot in that regard, because Nihilum seem more than happy to be playing it and are doing so in the results that they have. Now, Luminosity are on that save, or we're on that save, and now are buying what they can. Do not have an op. Frost actually doesn't have armor, so that's a huge problem. I mean, honestly, like, not having armor in 1.6 is one thing. Not having armor in CSGO is, it's almost impossible to get a kill. If you got like a no armor ace, I mean, you're number one on Reddit right there.
Yeah, so into round 10 here. Opening frag, Sanks from Nihilum will take down Anger. That's going to open up well for them as Frost does finally answer. And one thing I was going to talk about is how Frost wasn't able to trade out. The B players weren't able to trade out anybody close. And here comes the pinch. Lex will be the last man left in that B bomb site. He's going to make the calls. Flowsick steps out. He gets the dink onto him. Head armor saved his life right there, though. Brings him down to 9 HP. So now it's going to be up to Flom and Arya. Arya is going to have a man to his left there. Automatic's going to step around the corner. Flom is on his back, though, so they get the pinch. Now it will be a 2-man retake attempt at this B bomb site. And they're going to commit to it, but man, 2 players already into the tunnels, only 1 in the bomb site. He's completely blind, though. They're going to go for it. 1 goes down in the tunnels. Can they get the second? Sanks is right there to capitalize. Flom drops him, and now it's up to Flowsick in that 1 versus 1 situation against Flom as that bomb is planted for Flowsick. Let's see what Flom can do here.
He has no nades to make it happen. He's got to pretty much sit on this bomb and is going to go for a save. Knows that no competent player is going to miss a shot like that with so much time left, and being able to peek him immediately as he plans. So that's a straight up round on the board for Nihilum, and they are just dominating right now. Oh man, it's you know, the odds are certainly not accurate after seeing a map and a half.
Yeah, definitely. Nihilum is absolutely terrorizing right now. Luminosity really hasn't been able to get it going here, and Flom, of course, was able to save that rifle. It's not really going to do much for him. He looked like he bought a few more grenades, actually, some more utility. He does have a kit, so let's see if he can open that up, use that to get a rifle for one of his teammates, give themselves a fighting chance into this round.
Yeah. I wonder how they're going to work here. It seems like it's a full save again for Luminosity. It's one of their biggest problems is that they just have to save every other round. They aren't able to put multiple rounds in a row together, and it makes you think like the rounds that they're getting, are they just getting lucky or what? Because if, you know, and they aren't able to do it on CT, so it's not like they need some magical strategy with great executions. They aren't even able to just win the straight up duels, and that's what Nihilum are referring to when they say aim map them. It's because they're confident taking those one-on-ones. They think they're better, and they're showing it right now.
So Flom does get himself a frag with that rifle. Doesn't look like they're able to pick it up. No, it's just going to be out mid. Frost will grab it, actually, so they're going to pick that up. That's going to give them a 2-man advantage here. They have 2 rifles left here. 1 op in the hands of Professor Chaos, 1 op in the hands of Automatic. Nope, that op is now dropped. So Flowsick and Chaos, well, it switches back to it here. So they're still going to hold on to those 2 ops. They do not want one of those to get into the hands of Luminosity, which would give them even a bigger chance here, especially since the fact that they have that 2-man advantage.
As a player sitting right under Automatic and 2 long, so going up A might be a death wish, and Flowsick is going to look for a lurk frag, but a good flash pulls him off of it, and now he's going to turn around. Knows that Frost jump up on the Xbox. He's going to have to go up against 2 people. I don't think he's fully aware of that. Throws the molly down. Is a bad molly, but comes out with the 5-7 headshot and can't get the spray transfer onto Arya. So that might be the round. Ooh, huge frag, man. Automatic. Ooh, and legged.
Oh, they're going to get the defuse off, though. So good round there from Luminosity. They were able to pick up both those ops, actually. Right. So that's going to be big for them. They did it on an eco, and I believe that was Flom who got himself the 3K right there. I think it was, but that's big for them. And the problem, you talked about it before with the double op setup. If you're not winning rounds consecutively with that, it's already more expensive to be a CT. Yeah. Or I should say the problem with the double op look on CT side, it's already more expensive to be a CT. Yeah. Just right off the bat for the rest of your teammates. Right. And then it's just so much more expensive with 2 ops. That's what you're talking about. You're automatically forcing those back-to-back saves if you can't get them going.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not just that the ops cost a lot. It's just that being a CT costs a lot. Yeah. 100%. But yeah, able to find those 2 ops. And again, they're in a position where they could come out with a solid half. Now, the thing is, Nihilum did this exact same thing last map, and the half turned out to be a 6-9, and then Nihilum just ran away with it because they were able to play CT side a little bit better. But at this line so far, we've seen Dust2 be a problem. And oh my god, good spray from Anger. Gets 2 frags, locks down Cat, and puts up a man advantage for his team.
Yeah, if they can really start hitting their stride now, try and secure this, get it into 6 rounds, make it a 9-6 half, that'd be a lot better for them. I mean, that's the same thing that we saw first half. They really need that, and then they have to get it going on T side. They got to get their aim going. They need that momentum going towards the end of this half, and hopefully they can carry it over in the second half and force that map number 3.
Yeah, look at Professor K just coming right out and peeking people. He's clearing the area, but it looks like a mid-B split is the motive, and they are going to do it by walking out, looking for a frag first, but Flom, really good awareness, really good reaction time, does get a frag on a player trying to peek him.
Sanks is right there, but Flom from behind will drop him down from outside the B bomb site, and Arya on the cleanup there, and that's another round in favor of Luminosity Gaming, doing what they need to here. If they can get it a 9-6 half, they're going to have a decent shot at this. Of course, they would have loved to have won the half, at least maybe even just an 8-7, as even as possible.
Yeah.
But at this point, 9-6 is what they can get, and finally, they've put the shoe on the other foot here. Nihilum is going to be onto a save.
Right. Yeah, that is. I can't remember the last time I've seen Nihilum save. I wonder what they're going to do. Don't have any stats to talk about when it comes to Nihilum saving, so a lot of questions will be answered right now as they run around the map with P250s, and that's a really good thing for Luminosity. Again, that's the first time they put together 2 rounds in this half, or in this map, I should say.
Yeah, I'm really liking what they have going on with Flom here, trying to work that window. He finally goes down. Flosic is able to get 2, and Sanks gets 1. Now they have the man advantage in guns to even back out here. Sanks is the only player with the rifle in his hands. Valens is there with a Rec 9, though. Equally as deadly at this point in the game, but Lex and Frost are up. There's Frost able to take down Sanks. Now it's all up to Valens. He's going to be 1v2. No reason not to go for it at this point. They're on a save round, unless he can get an op for his team and run away with it. But otherwise, you might as well just commit to it. You got about 47 seconds left on the clock here to try and force this, get a gun drop, at least 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the round is, I guess, winnable. The thing is, you know, a 2v1 with the bomb down is a lot different than a 2v1 with the bomb. So they can watch it however they like, and that's going to be a huge problem. He's probably just going to get straight up. Oh, right under the op of Frost. Oh, but he has made himself known.
He really wants to try and get a gun out of that window. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to grab one. They're going to back up. He's going to commit to it. He's able to take down Lex. Now we're into a 1 versus 1. He's got a rifle in his hands. Frost is there. Let's see if they can work the op against him.
Oh, what a shot!
Able to step out from the doors and bring that home.
Oh my
and keep his team in this one. Gets himself a 2K, and they almost dropped to the eco from Nihilum, though.
How many degrees was that shot? Probably as many degrees as the sun is hot. Oh my God. That was a huge shot. And man, they do clean up that round. They were supposed to win it. All right, let's be fair. They were supposed to win it well before that happened,
yes.
But ended up doing so anyway, and I guess that's the most important part. 2 players over to B. It's basically like a 2-2-1. Oh, no, they got a player on Cat, so A is a little bit weak right now. I'd like to see Nihilum go for a little bit of a long take.
Yeah, let's see if they commit to this. No, they're going to probably try and work their way out mid. Maybe fake that up the catwalk. Now they're just going to be going for some early picks here. Let's see if they're going to force up. They're going to send 3 players up the catwalk. Flom is going to drop down wisely. He's got to try and make it around the corner, but it can't get out of there. Professor Chaos will take him down, and they have that 1-man advantage. So here's Anger, picks up the op. He's going to be looking in that direction. He's got 3 to try and mop up here. Misses the first shot. Switches back to the M4. Arya's right there coming out of the CT spawn, though. Able to get all 3 of those players, and they are shutting down Nihilum right when they need to be. Looking like they're going to be able to grab this 5th round as we hit the final round of the half as soon as Valens is out of it.
Yeah, in a 1-on-4 situation, this is level 2 clutch right here.
This is, yeah, it's definitely level 2.
Oh, and doesn't manage to get the first frag to open up the site, and that's going to be Luminosity with a little bit of a comeback. You know, I want to say that they got warmed up, but I would only say that if it was like the first map.
Yeah.
Like they definitely just got off to a bad start. And again, because they're able to put rounds together in a row, that means they have a better chance to win the next round. Like, you know, it's not like they lost 9 rifle rounds in a row. It's just that they lost the important rifle rounds that would allow them to buy the next one, and that's why they ended up losing.
So we're into the final round of the half here. Nihilum is going to be up 9-5 at the moment. Anger does shut down automatic early into it, so that will put it at a 5 versus 4. And as you can see, coming from Nihilum, they had to buy out, so it's going to be a very broken buy coming from them. I mean, Flosic with 2 flashbangs and his Glock in tow. Valen's going to be going for that Rec 9, and Professor Chaos going for the MP. So they have 1 gun left on the board. Sanks does have that AK. He shot very effectively. Let's see if he can make something happen here, possibly get a gun for a teammate and try and make it a 10-5 half.
Flosic really only have a Glock? I mean, like,
he's
automatic
rocking
had,
a Glock.
Automatic could have dropped him something. Up to a Deagle if you really wanted to.
So they're going to try and smoke that CT. They're going to work this towards B. Let's see. Anger does take down Flow6, so that's going to make it a 5 versus 3, 5 versus 2 now, as Lex takes down Sanks. So now Professor Chaos all by himself. He's going to try and work through the window. Molotov goes down in his face. Bomb is down. Anger steps out from the smoke at a CT spawn. He goes down. Chaos now has an AK in his hands. He's into a 1 versus 4. This would be an insane ace clutch if he can get it. Not going to make it happen. Lex steps out of the window and shuts it down. So that's going to make that half 9-6.
Did you feel that a little bit? Like,
I was kind of scared for a second there. I was like, ace clutch, and then he gets another one, and I was like, oh, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, he was looking sharp for a second. I was like, whoa, okay. That being said, he did have 3 kills to work back from, but a good recovery. Like, if we look at the last 5 rounds, LG won that. They feel good about that. I mean, this literally was like almost unwinnable at a certain point. Like, it was, they got their 9 rounds. Luminosity had got 1 in the midst of it, and again, aren't doing well on pistols. And you know, I think Oppers are pretty known for being great with pistols because they always have to use them in situations where they just shot and missed or something like that. And so they're used to that pressure, and I think that's why they're really good with them, but aren't able. And also you have really great pistol players on this team, especially Anger, who goes really hard. Now, one of the only rounds that they did win, Frost, has made some really good clutches. He seems very, very solid in the clutch in the few situations that he's been put in them. And even though he has 9 frags on the board, he has a round to his name, so that makes up for it, I feel like.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end there, we saw Anger step up in there. I mean, Flom was working the op outside the window from B, and that was, I know we were talking about it earlier, they weren't able to trade out those frags in mid. When terrorists would push their way through the doors, they weren't able to trade those out effectively. And it's almost like Flom clairvoyantly just heard it. He's like, yeah, all right, I need to be in that window. I need to be able to peek down and make those shots happen. And as soon as he was doing that, he's picking up 2K rounds, 3K rounds with the op out that window. It just sucks that they weren't able to put that together fast enough before it got out of control there. Right,
exactly. They weren't prepared, I think, for the type of play that was coming at them. And yeah, when Flom found his spot, he did the same thing at long, right? He had like a really nice 3K round from Markelov, and he was holding that spot down. And the other round, you know, there was a round where Arya was holding pit, but a player peeked out a little bit too wide and caught Flom out at long. And so he didn't have a chance to play that spot before. And so, you know, it is a little bit of an unlucky thing, or maybe it's the setups, I guess, that are inherently flawed. But ultimately, when he found where to stand, when he was in that B window, as you mentioned, they were winning rounds. And so the setup was, you know, I think this close to working. And towards the later end of the half, they did figure the team out. So they have the fact that they made the adjustments. You know, they can take pride in that at least. Yeah, they'll feel good about that. For sure.
I mean, I do like what they were doing with the ops. They were rotating them around well. They weren't really keeping them located just in. They weren't making turrets out of these guys. They were trying to rotate them and make them move a lot so it would keep the other team guessing. They just weren't able to put up the shots. And realistically, they weren't trading the frags that they needed to trade out until the end of it. And I mean, if it would have been 8-7, it would have been a different story. It was 9-6, so it's not that horrible for them. They can battle back from that. If they get a pistol round, they could tie it up off of 2 anti-ecos.
Yeah, like what you're saying is if you showed someone the score line and they didn't see the match, it wouldn't look that bad. It wouldn't look that bad. It wouldn't have. No one would have thought, oh, it was pretty much a 9-0 beginning and then a 6-0 comeback. They would have just seen 9-6. That's not a terrible score. I'm glad I put my money on Luminosity.
But looks like we're getting ready to go here into second half. The readied up has happened. We've already had our restarts. We're about to go live. Nihilum versus Luminosity Gaming, your CEVO Season 6 LAN Finals. Upper bracket here. The winner of this will go on to play CLG. The loser will go on to fight against Elevate for a spot. Still, it's a double elimination bracket. So even if you lost today, you are not out of it yet.
Yeah. Lower bracket is not fun to come back from, obviously. They've got to play 2 best-of-3s in the finals that they do crawl the way back, but we've seen crazy victories happen. I remember ESEA LAN High by Power beating Titan 2 best-of-3s in a row, I think it was. And so matches like that are possible, but definitely don't want to have to drop down there if possible. And oh, whoa, whoa!
Oh man!
Yeah, clotheslined.
Yeah, I was about to say Luminosity is just terrorizing this round, but Sanks and Professor Chaos have put them right back into this. It's a 2-on-2 now. That bomb planted in A. Now Flom is there, Frost is there, also Sanks Can he get these 2 shots off? That bomb is going to be planted for that long player. Can't make it happen, and Flom will clean it up. And that is going to be exactly what the doctor prescribed if you're Luminosity. You get that pistol. You got to get these 2 anti-ecos off here against Nihilum, and you've tied the game up. You're 0-0 at that point.
Right,
all you have to do is just win 6 more rounds, and that game's over.
Yeah, that game's over. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly how it feels. Like you're trying to convey like the feeling of, you know, being at that moment where you're 9-9. You kind of almost feel like you're winning.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, you know, it's a pretty good thing. So Sank's gonna be jump scouting mid here. Is jumping at all the wrong times, it seems, as players are crossing back and forth, but also taking some damage versus a scout. Is that right? Yeah, from Frost. I wonder what they're going to try to work and do. I hope they bring it into the late round and, you know, try to force some rotates and execute instead of just executing right away, because Dust 2, all too easy to eco on. Going A, obviously, the better thing to do in this situation. But if they can get Flowstick for free, the B site will just have the standard 2 people in it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do here with these the double scout look. If this starts to pay dividends in this round, that would be absolutely ridiculous here if both of these scouts got going. I mean, they're split up right now. One's going to be at the A bomb site. The other one will be at the B bomb site. As we can see, Automatic's trying to work his, shooting towards the catwalk. He has nobody at long right now trying to contest his position. It's all up catwalk, but Anger takes him down, strafing out with the Galil, and that's going to open up that A bomb site completely, as the rest of his team is going to be on catwalk, coming from behind, getting those defensive kills. That's going to be Lex taking down Flowstick. Now it's going to be a 5 versus 3 as Luminosity trying to grab that 8th round.
Yeah, and they're looking like they're going to do it in a very clean fashion, almost a perfect round here, and it turns out to be that. So that's the kind of round they want to do. I mean, at this point of the game, I'm worried for Nihilum. All of a sudden, I'm worried for Nihilum. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's a matter of fact right now. If we look at the score, the last 7 rounds have been won by Luminosity, and that's a great sign for them. You know, we saw their faces even in the middle of them losing so many rounds in a row, and they look fully composed. You know, and that's one thing they have over Nihilum is the experience. They know the game isn't over until it's over, because they've been in all of those situations and probably had major comebacks against teams that they would maybe consider better than Nihilum. So I'm sure they'll feel comfortable, and Nihilum are going to have to bring the heat here in the second map to cause Luminosity to be a little bit more distraught about the fact that they're down 1 round.
Yeah, definitely. Luminosity is not going to be a team that you're going to just get shook really easily. I mean, these guys have been around. They've played at high level before. They all have quite a bit of experience on their side, and they're not going to get shook. Oh, wow, look at this. Are they fully just going to commit to this A bomb site right now and just get that full rotate going? And yeah, they're going for it. Only one player is going to be on the lurk. That's the number 2 man. Will he shut it down? Smoked out. He's going to kind of try and commit to it here. Doesn't matter, as Flom is able to get 2 before he goes down. Anger will take down Valens. It will be 4 versus 2. Here comes Lex from behind. He takes down 1 in spawn. That's going to force Professor Chaos to turn back around, and Arya will get the cleanup frag there, and that makes it all tied up 9-9. Scenario I was talking about. We're back to 0s at this point.
Yeah, we're back to 0s, and now them probably feel like they're losing all of a sudden. I mean, they've got to do it on the CT side, which is a bonus for them, but at the same time, they're going to think back to the fact that they lost the first half, or they lost the second half of the first half, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa! Headshot through the door.
Wow.
Takes him down. That's got to feel good. That's a great way to start off a round. And it looks like they want to try to go into B. I don't know if it's a good idea, and Sanks does go down for free, so Lex gets that frag and now has the site. The bomb is a little bit farther than it wants to be, but they have the site, so all they have to do is carefully escort it over. And Automatic, still fully aware of top mid, is going to keep his eye on it. Now, won't be able to cut him off in tunnels, so that's one thing he doesn't have going for him. Valens, Professor Chaos, and Automatic, and
he gets caught though trying to cross back through terrorist spawn, so he's taken down. That makes it a 3-on-3 as the bomb now enters its way into the B bomb site. It's going to go for the plant here. Professor Chaos at the window with his op. He's already worked up. One player's going to be trying to work down through the tunnels. It's going to be a 3-man retake attempt here. Professor Chaos really needs to get that op going, and Lex gets burned out in the back of the site by that Molotov. Anger goes down in the tunnels. Now it's all up to Flom. He's going to be getting pinched here from every angle. He's got people coming from tunnels. One already in the bomb site. Up top, he hits. Did he hit the leg through the box, but he couldn't get the kill?
I think that was his own blood.
Oh, goodness. I thought he hit that leg shot through the box. Oh my goodness.
Salt in the wounds there.
Oh, that's rough.
It's a rough way to die. See your own blood.
Yeah, but they still got the bomb plant, which is big for them.
They did. Oh, but that's a tough round to lose. I mean, Flom hits that brutal headshot through the door. Lex gets into B even though he runs through a smoke.
Yep.
2 entries and a round lost. Impressive stuff from Nihilum. Tough loss from Luminosity. They got to be upset about that one. I mean, going for it again. Doesn't grab it that time. You got to be careful about jumping the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm picking people at mid, I'm watching, like, if they jump one way, I'm going to pick it. And if the next round, I'm going to pick it the exact same way. And, Sanks wins his battle of mid. That could be huge. Automatic has map control right now. He's pushing up long.
So much
and the bomb is all the way back in Suicide. They have to go get it.
Oh, man. That could have been bad if he wasn't able to get that frag. He gets that 1-1 trade, though, which bodes well for them because they have a 1-player advantage now into the round. Bomb is down out in middle. They have to be careful, and there goes Lex in the tunnels. Sanks once again with the op in the B bomb site is able to get another frag for himself. That is going to leave Anger and Frost left alive here. They're going to be on to that 2 versus 4. They do have the bomb in their hands, though. These CTs are split up between these bomb sites and in safe positions here. They know Luminosity has to try and force this a little bit here. They're on to that buy.
Just see the aim of Anger clearing those angles so steadily, and it's walking out mid. Now they know that no one's close up door. They can't get that free pick, which they were looking for to get the man advantage, and they are going to go up cat. But with 30 seconds left on the clock, they're going to have to frag out. There's only 1 player left on the site. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him to stop this defense or actually delay long enough, and the molly could be good. Now, will he take a shot in the head? It looks like no. Professor Chaos staying alive, and Balance comes to help him.
Oh, a huge push there from Balance to come up CT, and Professor Chaos on the shutdown. 2K for Sanks. Kills spread out between everybody on that team except for Flowsick and Nihilum. Smiles on their faces right now.
Yeah.
I mean, man, they got a 2-round advantage again. They slipped up there, dropped that pistol, lost the 2 anti-ecos, got the game tied up, and then ever since then, they've had control of it. And as you can see, Luminosity gonna be into just a pistol buy here. And yeah, they're just going pistols. Don't have a great economy on their backs. So they're gonna try and get an eco round off here to bring it back within 1.
Yeah, I mean, you see the smiles on their faces, and you're thinking, okay, you only up 2 rounds. Like, you know, you should be a little bit, maybe a little bit more tense. But at the same time, it shows that they're still comfortable, which is really nice, right?
Yeah.
And that's important because I know they're taking the game seriously. Everyone knows that. They're definitely here to win, and they had a long road to qualify. So the fact that that's true means that they are a solid team, and this push to the smoke is perfect.
Valens right there. Professor Chaos also getting one. Valens able to get himself another frag into the round. That's a 3K for him. Professor Chaos on the cleanup. That's going to be 2, and that will make the score 12-9. Nihilum is up, and Luminosity is definitely reeling here. I mean, their economy still isn't great, but once again, it's more expensive to be a counter-terrorist than it is to be a terrorist, so they can get at least a broken buy off here.
Yeah, see, if Luminosity were able to win like that round after the first gun round, you know, they should have won the gun round. And then they kind of got dominated on the round after that. It's like if they were able to win that, then they could have kind of had the pace that Nihilum were able to have. But I guess Nihilum are making better adjustments because they have no problem doing that. Getting these rounds together.
Goodness, automatic
that's
again.
The bomb.
And he hasn't got punished yet because Flowsick's right there. He's going to wrap around onto Flom. Flom's going to go right into it. Can he make the shot? No, automatic all over him. And again, a push up mid. That's going to get him a 3K into the round off of that push, and that's going to leave Anger there just by himself. Tries to step out of the long A house, ends up dying to the Molotov. Anger got 2 before he goes down, but automatic pushing up mid off that catwalk, again not getting punished.
Damn. Yeah, that's brutal. And just fearless, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it must take a lot of confidence. You're doing that in a very important match. You've done it before.
Yeah.
You just know you can get away with it, so you go for the play. That's the kind of confidence you do need to win. And I think, you know, Arya was giving him that respect by not assuming he was going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, he wasn't going to do it again.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm surprised myself that he did, but I ended up getting 3 frags for it, so why not?
I mean, Flowsick was there on the backup this time, so he'd be able to trade out the frag if automatic went down early without getting it. But still, the Wow, man, the confidence to try and make that happen, even with just one teammate. I mean, you could just run into 4 players easily there outside the long A house, waiting to try and execute and easily just get mopped up and be 2 men down.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they all could have fallen apart really quickly now. Nihilum are almost at match point here. I mean, if they win this round, it's actually Luminosity to buy armor on top of their Tech 9s because I think they know that they're going to have to save. And I don't know if, I suppose they just don't want to light by here, but Anger taking some early damage, some good flashes into the site means everyone's going to be a little bit hurt. Sanks comes in with the 5-7 headshot. 4 players go down. Sanks got 3. 1 left on the round, and that's Aria. Oh no, that's Aria.
Nice grenade though. He's got the Tech 9, takes down Automatic also. Can he get another one? He's re-step out from Sanks with the pistol. High fives coming there from Nihilum.
He's got an up, and he's got 4 or 5-7 headshots. Oh, that's brutal.
They're playing lights out right now. I mean, the score's 14-9, and they're shooting so effectively. I mean, look at Sanks. He's up to 20.
Yeah.
Automatics there with 17. Professor Chaos with 16. And Flowsick and Valens both tied at 14 right now. They're shooting really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing really, really well. It's going to be a tough road back here for Luminosity, who already lost the last map. If you guys haven't seen it, I know it might be hard to believe, but they pretty much got stomped. It was brutal. So fighting to stay in the upper bracket here in this matchup, and there's a lot on the line because you have to play 2 best-of-3s if you make it your way out of the lower bracket. You don't have to play an extra match, you know, which you might have to going into the lower bracket, but you got to play an extra best-of-3 in the final. You got to win 2 in a row, so there is a lot on the line, even if you don't get knocked out.
And once again, what we're going to see here from Luminosity into round 24. They're committing to this long A take here. A lot of them are out. They're going for it. Professor Chaos takes down Flom. He's going to step out, get another one. No, Sanks actually grabs that one. So Sanks still up there battling. Flowsick goes down. Sanks is able to get a secondary frag there, and they're going to get this pinch long and shut it down. Valens was all over that. Gets himself 2. Sanks gets the other 2, and Nihilum has secured at least overtime at this point if they lose every single round from here on out.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're going to have enough money to do anything here. A few Galil buys means that they're going to be light on nades. I would expect a Tech 9 so you can have some nades. And yeah, Flom is going to do that. Frost with the Scout. I'm sure he's handy with it, but in this situation, I mean, these holds are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
And I honestly did not expect this coming out here. Nihilum doing this to Luminosity. I really expected it to go the other way. I expected the veterans to really have their way here with Nihilum, but I mean, Nihilum showing up in a huge way and shooting extremely good, especially on a map like this that it caters to teams that can just out-aim the other, and I mean, they're doing it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and maybe it's the vetoes that bit them in the ass, but it's their pick, so they had a plan for it, and yet Nihilum still looking like they have no problem matching up against this team. So on this maybe final round for Luminosity, on the back of a force buy, are looking to work up Cat, have done some early damage to Sanks, one of the key players, but Valens opens up with an early pick, pushes Long, and now they have map control. They know Long is free, and that's going to be a lot of pressure on Luminosity. They don't know where anyone is at this point. Someone could have pushed somewhere else, and with the man advantage, it's going to be so difficult for them to win this round.
Yeah, this is going to be tough here. They're down 1 player already. Frost is out of the way. They bought out everything that they could because at this point they have to win every single round from here on out to stay in this. And I mean, it's not map 1 anymore. It's map number 2.
Valens
got 2 through the smoke. Now it's all up to Anger and Flom here. The last hope left for Luminosity. Valens trying to spray once again to see if he can collect another frag. Wasn't able to get it right off the bat, though.
3.
And there's the 3rd, and Professor Chaos on the closeout.
GG.
And that is going to be Nihilum winning the series and going on to play CLG tomorrow, whereas Luminosity Gaming is going to have to go down to that lower bracket and fight against Elevate.
Yeah.
And it's going to be curious either way here to see what happens. I mean, powerhouse teams both ways. Nihilum, that's going to be exciting watching them play CLG tomorrow. And I'm super excited to watch Luminosity against Elevate too, because that's going to be deadly games right there.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait. I don't know how I'm going to sleep.
I don't know. I'm going to be unbelievably excited, but I mean, I did not expect that at all. I thought Luminosity was really going to shine right there. I thought they should be able to out-aim. I know there's a lot of talent on the Nihilum roster.
Yeah.
Very good players.
Definitely an underrated team, obviously.
Yeah, clearly, I mean, I didn't expect this at all. I expected probably a 2-1 victory for Luminosity, maybe dropping one of the maps, but not both of them in fashion that was unbefitting of what we normally see from Luminosity.
Yeah, absolutely. And it might be the vetoes again that we talked about. That was the real error, you know, losing the game before it started, if you will.
Yeah.
And I think we can agree, Nihilum have the aim. You know, they are 80 air monsters, and they proved it. If you look at the stats, it's like Sanks puts through his 102 ADR, and I think over the course of 2 maps he's pretty much averaged that. Now, Automatic, Professor Chaos, both sporting a 1.0 or higher KPR, looking really strong. And I think in the online match they played, Sanks dropped like 31 kills in the 16-14. So just likes playing against them, I suppose.
And I mean, those are the 2 questionable players coming into this that we haven't seen really very much from before. I mean, Professor Chaos and Sanks, both coming into this with no giant experience. The names aren't really that known unless you pay attention to most of the online stuff where you've seen Sanks before, you've seen Professor Chaos before. And they were the 2 big step-ups here. I mean, the only player that out-fragged them was Automatic.
Yeah.
And we're used to seeing, when we watch Automatic play, we're used to seeing Automatic shoot very well. He's a high fragger. He's got big upside in matches. And he can really turn things around. But, I mean, Sanks and Professor Chaos just absolutely turned on the Jets when they needed to. And, I mean, they put down Luminosity, which I don't think anyone really expected.
No, and they did it versus experience online. I mean, there's no more rock solid way to prove yourself, I think.
Exactly.
So it's a solid performance across the board.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, on the other side of things, when you were looking at Luminosity there, I mean, we talked about Arya on map number 1. We talked about him a little bit towards the half. Really didn't get to see him show up and play the way Arya, we know Arya to play. You know?
Sometimes you can't, you know, if you're calling, you get a free pass on the frags. In some circumstances, you know, I'm sure he expected more from himself overall, but a lot of the times when he's calling the stacks or wherever they pick the site, he was right about it. He had some good ideas. Maybe needs more time to actually play with the team to settle in. Can totally expect that to be the case, but overall, it was definitely a group effort in terms of losing.
And I mean, Luminosity is not a team that's going to take this lightly. As soon as they got to the arena, they were on the practice computers, they were setting up, they were running through strats, they were practicing, they were doing everything that they could to ensure that they were going to have some good games today. And I expect nothing less from them tomorrow. I expect them to get here early again, get onto those machines, get running through strats, get working together to try and dust that loss off, and just go forward with it and try and commit to just taking down Elevate tomorrow and just moving forward into this. I mean, and the same with Elevate. They were here early, they were here setting up, they were running through strats, they were practicing, because these are 2 teams that are coming into this with different strat callers. I mean, Hiko is coming in to call strats, and he hasn't played with those guys before. And we got Arya coming in here, not quite as new as Hiko is, but still, they got to try and work together and try and get strats down and be able to just perform those strats. Because they're all going to be
not enough
basic.
time. It's definitely not enough time.
I mean, everything that you're going to run is basic. You know those strats. I mean, you could throw me and you in those positions, and we'll know the strats. It's just about the timing, where to throw those smokes, and getting the executes down, and knowing how the other player is going to rotate. And that's all time.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the rotational calls and the stacks and stuff like that, Hiko and Arya had something in common. Competent players, they know the game. But when it comes to depth, and I think CLG and Nihilum had this in common, even though Nihilum is, you could say, a worse team overall. They have the aim to do it, and they have the chemistry. And that's something that you can't replace really without time. And we saw that here today, for sure.
Man, definitely both teams to look out for and going forward. And with the experience that we're going to have from Luminosity, they're going to be able to shake this off. They're going to be able to come back from that. But, I mean, man, Nihilum is going to be riding high into tomorrow, and they're definitely going to need it going against CLG. I mean, who pulled out some scrapers earlier against Elevate, which were so exciting to watch. So day 2.
What do you think about that matchup? Do you think that they're going to have enough time to do that?
I don't know. I think CLG is just, I think they're just too much on a different level here.
Above, I can see.
But I can see why. Nihilum just learning unbelievable amounts from playing against a team like CLG, especially on LAN. So what we're going to be looking at here, guys, is your CSGO Pro League bracket. As you can see, CLG took down Elevate 2 maps to nothing, and Luminosity dropping 2 maps against Nihilum. So our winners final will be CLG versus Nihilum, and then loser round 1 will be Elevate versus Luminosity. So the winner of CLG Nihilum goes directly into the championship bracket. And the loser of that game will go down into the loser final against the winner of Elevate and Luminosity. And I mean, either way that you look at it, this is going to be some interesting matchups here that we have going forward. But
No doubt.
I honestly see CSG making their way directly into that championship bracket.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest question mark for them was whether or not they'd be able to take down Elevate.
Yeah.
And they've shown that they could.
Yeah, and so here we go, guys. Schedule for tomorrow, as you can see, starting off at 3:30 Eastern Time, will be LGB Esports versus Public Seer, and that is going to be on your CEVO Season 7 EU Pro placement. So we're going to do another online game. That's going to be a best of 3, and then we're going to work directly into our next matches, which is going to be Nihilum versus CLG. That's going to be your upper bracket finals, figuring out who's going to be the champions, or who will be in the championship bracket, excuse me. And then after that game will be Elevate versus Luminosity Gaming to find out who's going to go into the loser bracket finals against the loser of the CLG Nihilum game. And then once again, that Wednesday schedule, yet to be seen. We got to figure out who's going to win tomorrow to go forward into that to find out who we're going to have in our championship brackets. And we still got quite a bit of Counter-Strike left coming tomorrow and Wednesday. So make sure you guys come back for that and stay tuned because there's going to be a lot of good stuff. And make sure you get on that Go Lounge early. Get on there, get your bets in because it's going to be going absolutely nuts for these games.
Make the right decision.
Yeah.
Make the right choice.
Launder's advice. 2015, make the right choice.
Make the right choice. Do the right thing.
So, but that is going to do it for us tonight, guys. Remember, I'm Misled. That's Launders over there. Thank you for hanging out and watching your CEVO Season 6 LAN Finals. And we're going to be back tomorrow. So tune in. Make sure you guys watch, and we will see you guys tomorrow.